This is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio.
Born to Ride is sponsored in part by Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL, representing riders since 1988. Offices throughout Florida, 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Everyone was right, I was born to ride.
Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
This is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio. You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation by calling 863-225-2000.
Well, happy Veterans Day. Welcome to another edition of Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. I'm Fester Jenkins. I've got Mama Dukes in the studio, Ron and Debbie Galletti also, and Veterans Day. I think there's going to be a lot of things to cover today, aren't there, Ron?
Yeah, we can never forget the sacrifices of our veterans, you know, all the wars, all the lives that were, you know, sacrificed for America. But veterans, you know, they're first on the scene, and that's what America's about, people. And you know what? It's not just on Veterans Day that we have to honor our veterans. It should be every single day, and I'm sure great red-blooded Americans that are listening to Boss Hogg Radio right now believe that, because you can feel it. You know what? This is a serious time. I don't mean to get excited, but I got goosebumps, you know, talking about that, because this is real, people.
Goosebumps?
Goosebumps, Deb.
I never imagined you to be a goosebump.
Goosebumps right there. Because this is what it's about, man.
In the North, we call that chicken skin.
And I'm really glad that they didn't just say, oh, let's do it on Friday. You know, today is Veterans Day, so it's an honor. It's an honor for us to be here on Veterans Day because of what veterans have done for us.
Absolutely. We have one calling in right now.
That's Ryan.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and we're going to celebrate veterans by having great veterans on the show today. And,
to recognize some great veterans.
That's right.
Yeah. That never stop giving, by the way. Did you ever notice veterans and biker veteran groups, they just continue to give back. Poker runs, charity events, rebuild people's homes, always.
Right
it's
here,
crazy.
yeah, right here in our own backyard, Post 44, right there on Highway 60. Those guys are always out there doing great things in the community. AMVETs. Whatever
it takes, they just roll up their sleeves and they're always there to help. And it's like, just... It's good. It's really, it's a good culture that people should learn from and not take advantage of. But who's on the phone? Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan Weaver is calling in, and a good friend, Chance.
Yeah, Ryan.
Chance is also calling in, too. And Ryan's got a new song. We might be able to get on the air, if not tonight, next week.
He's a music artist.
Yeah, the song is Let's Talk About Heroes. Because these guys are real heroes, man. They put it on the front line for us, and every day they live it, you know, and breathe it. And it's just an honor that we have them on the show tonight, Fester.
Absolutely. You ready to bring them on?
Let's do
it.
Okay, we're going to bring Ryan on first. Ryan, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, I'm going to lock you in to where I don't lose you, and I'm going to try and bring Chance on also. Chance, are you there?
I am here, sir.
Okay, both of y'all are welcome to the Born to Ride radio show. I've got Mama Dukes in the studio along with Ron and Debbie Galletti there.
Hey, Chance, how are you?
Good, Debbie. How are you doing?
Good.
Good, man. I'm really, hey, guys, it's Ron. Great to have you guys on, and let's get right into it, man. You guys know what the deal is, how important this day is to veterans. But like I said, every day we should honor our veterans, and I'm sure you guys have a way to put it in perspective for us. So the floor is yours, Chance. Start it out.
Well, you know, I'm like you, Ron. I believe that every day we should honor our veterans and those that serve. Not just our veterans, but our public servants. Mm-hmm. The guys that put on the badge, drag a hose into a burning building, the EMTs, the paramedics, everybody. They need to be honored every day. And unfortunately, in today's society, we feel like we're in a war zone. We really do, don't we, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely, brother. I mean, we're in the fight still. We're always willing to help our brothers and sisters in arms out. And in the law enforcement, first responder, military communities, every single one of us, we have this common bond. We have this brotherhood and sisterhood that is unique. There are very few folks in the entire United States that have ever either served in the military or have served as law enforcement or first responder. But this is. What happened? Somebody's busy.
Yeah, I think he's back. He must have lost service.
Oh, Chance?
Yeah.
Oh, darn, Chance.
Hey,
Are you there?
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back. Here I am.
All right,
Okay.
Chance.
Hold on. And we got to get the other one back here. Okay.
Just had to take a little break.
Ended up losing both of
It's
them there
probably
for
the
a second
influx
there.
of calls that are coming
Yeah.
in to try to get
There
to
he
clear the
is.
line.
Okay, let's see if we... Ryan, are you there?
All right, who sniped us?
Yeah, man, we got it. Both
Big
of us
brother
got
was
it.
watching and tried to put you down there.
Somebody sniped both of us. They got
Man.
Chance first, and then they got me.
We're back now.
That happens to me when I trip over my own feet. Sniper got me. But wait.
So where were we?
Well, Chance, let's back up. You're with the Shadow Warriors. Now, there was some conflict. The name of your riding group, you had to make some changes recently on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, we had, years ago when I started this up, I had started this up with one of the Benghazi survivors, and we had kind of a falling out. And through the mediation process, we just went ahead and got this all settled and did a name change. And instead of the Shadow Warrior Riders, we are now the Warrior Riders. And it just kind of ties everything together with what we do for our mission, because last year at our Warrior Weekend held in Orlando, we had an individual come up and give us a sponsorship check of $1,000 to start our own 501c3 nonprofit, which we did, and that's called the Warrior Shield Foundation. And then we also have a group of great civilians, of supporters that are out there that just support our mission and show up to everything that we do. We wanted to honor them, so we created the Warrior Guard. So we've got the Warrior Riders, the Warrior Shield Foundation, and the Warrior Guard. So it tied everything nicely together.
And you've always been so active and busy in this group for many, many years. And recently you got a little bit of taste of retirement here, and you're getting to enjoy some different things and different aspects of being part of the group. Is that right?
Well, not yet. I mean, I'm getting to the age retention level for my agency. As you know, Debbie, you and I and Ron go back a long time with Born to Ride television and my tech tips of the week when I worked for Harley Davidson. And when 9/11 happened, I went back into the service of this government as a federal air marshal. I've been doing that for the last almost 20 years now. And unfortunately, my agency is telling me that I'm too old to do this anymore. So I'm eligible to retire in February. And I'm going to work right up until the last minute where they say, we're kicking you out, Chance. And I eventually will have some more time to dedicate to the motorcycle club and to the Warrior Shield Foundation and our mission of warriors helping warriors.
Well, that's crazy, because everybody knows when you think of Chance, you think of Dick Clark. You're ageless, you're timeless. So what the heck? That's what the heck they were thinking there? I don't know. And plus,
He is damn sexy, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, boy.
No, it is an honor to have Ryan on here, too, because he's a guy that makes a lot of moves and makes things happen. And tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to where we're at right now with the song and the music. And, tell us a little bit about how it all came together.
Well, in 1972, my parents got in the back seat of a 57 Chevy. I'm kidding. Anyway, that's where it all started.
Fast forward.
So I was, that's a joke, but obviously. I served in the military for almost 21 years on active duty, and on January 8th in 2004, my brother and I were deployed to combat together. And he was an aviator as well. Aaron, he had survived an ambush in Mogadishu, the Battle of Mogadishu that Black Hawk Down was made after. He was a cancer survivor and was non-deployable, got a waiver to be deployed, but he had to get bi-monthly blood screenings for the cancer. And he was, for a lot of folks that listen out there, Fallujah, which was west of Baghdad, International Airport in Baghdad. He was stationed at Al-Qaeda there and deployed there. But along those bi-monthly blood screenings, he had to fly into Baghdad Hospital, and he was taking a medevac helicopter on January 8th when it was shot down and killed everyone on board, and we became a first-time Gold Star family. And I started chasing my dreams in his honor, no longer had his footsteps to follow in that I had for the previous time that I was in the military as an aviator, and I never flew. I flew the day he died in Iraq. And I didn't fly since or after that. But I started going after this dream, and in his honor, made a promise to myself every time I got on stage that I would tell a story and never let anybody forget about it. And then in 2013, after we had already released my first single, Crank It, that happens to be one of Chance's favorite songs on the planet, which I appreciate when he does his motorcycle riding videos singing Crank It. But very well at that, by the way. We just got to sing it together in Georgia, which was kind of fun. But then Randy Billings, my brother-in-law, was piloting a Black Hawk in Afghanistan when an IED blew the tail boom off of that, and a passenger in the back was ejected and survived, but Randy and the rest of the crew rolled down 500 feet of mountainside, and he was killed in action as well, making us a two-time Gold Star family. Shortly thereafter, we released Burn. That was in 2016 with the Benghazi heroes, John Tigan and Chris Baranto, which is really where Chance and I's story kind of came together, because his mission, his desire to support the organizations beyond the battlefield and Chris Baranto's 14th Hour Foundation kind of fueled the fire to help us get the start to our friendship, but also, the start of this organization with initially the Shadow Warrior Riders Motorcycle Club and now the Warrior Riders Motorcycle Club. And, it's just been great since. I mean, I in 2018, after doing a show in Colorado in 2016, the Professional Bull Riders CEO was there. He was a sponsor of the event, and I told my backstory, and we blew the roof off the place, opening up for Warrant, Dockin, and Jack Russell's Great White, and my music mixes in very well with that 80s rock crowd, the biker crowd, at a biker rally there for the Soldier Network. And Sean Gleason came up to me and said, "Hey, we got something we're planning on doing in 2017 and 18. We'd love to get you involved in it." And 7 months after that, we wrote the album Celebrate America and the 4-song EP. And at the World Finals of 2017 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, I headlined, replaced Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. He was the headliner in 2016. I headlined in 2017, somebody nobody knew. And my first show in 2018 was Madison Square Garden. We did 24 arena shows across the nation honoring our fallen law enforcement, first responders, and military. It was with my tribute video, Never Forgotten. And 3 shows in Australia, which was pretty cool to get to do. Travel over to Australia for a month. That didn't suck at all. The Australians knew how to take care of Americans. They love Americans, and like we're part of the same family. And this year we have released a couple music videos with. We re-released Never Forgotten on 9/11 because it was the 20th anniversary. It felt appropriate. And released No Second Chance just shortly thereafter. And we just came out with this past weekend, and today the song dropping live, but this past weekend the music video for Let's Talk About Heroes, which if anybody out there watches this video and is not touched, if their heart's not touched, they don't have one.
That's true. Very true, Ryan.
Well, we'll be happy to play that too on Born to Ride Live.
That's right.
And we'll get some of this audio that was put on that, because we edit that show up and it goes on Tuesdays live. It's an hour show. So there's a lot of veterans listening, and we'll be listening weeks to come, because this has a lot of legs. This show goes out and we edit and push it out in different platforms. What can you tell these guys out there listening, girls and veterans out there, from your perspective, on how they should be feeling, and that people really, really do care about them?
Chance, you want to take that, or do you want me to take it?
I think we can both kind of play off this together.
Yeah, go ahead, Chance. I'll let you start it, and then I'll play on.
Right on. So how they should be feeling. I think that's a difficult question to answer because everybody, based upon the time that they served and where they served, is going to have different feelings. The majority of time I served was during the Cold War, during the 80s. All my time was spent overseas. Then coming back from that and going back to Los Angeles and working LAPD during a pre-camcorder time, Rodney King time. People that served, the police officers, pre and post that, they all have a different perspective on what these Memorial Days mean for them, the Veterans Days, remembering fallen officers, fallen whatever. So I think it really depends where and when you served, how your feelings are going to be. And Ryan will attest to this as well, that we also can't forget that when we're talking about our heroes and remembering, we also need to remember our family members that we leave behind when we go downrange. When Ryan and I, when we deployed and we went places during obviously different times in the military history, but we sign our papers, we sign our wills, and we go off and we know our jobs and we do our jobs and we kind of forget everything back home. But we leave our spouses and we leave our children and our mothers and our fathers and girlfriends and boyfriends. And they're left here to deal with the everyday things, and we really are punched out from that. So, we need to remember their sacrifices as well during these times. Ryan, what do you think?
I'd say that for the one time that I've heard someone say, that our military is, anything negative about our military or our heroes out there, I hear 10,000 times how much Americans care about the sacrifices and what our military service members do, along with our heroes in law enforcement and our first responders as well. I think that there's a lot of stuff that's being put out in the media and a lot of things that are being put out there that just simply aren't reality. And the problem I think that we end up running into is folks in our community, which is a very small community, very tight-knit community. Folks get down about that because that's what they think the reality is. Because quite honestly, when I was in the military, and I'm sure Chance will say the same thing, that it's a microcosm that you're living in, and things, you're really focused on what you're doing, just like everything else in life, but you're really focused on your military career, you're really focused on what you're doing as a military service member or law enforcement, whatever it may be. And the outward projection of hate and those kind of things that happen from folks that don't understand the life that you're living, it's not reality. It really isn't, because the rest of America, I would be inclined to say the majority by far of America loves our heroes, and we want to make sure that all of our heroes are honored in the way that they should be honored. And knowing that from the military and law enforcement first responder standpoint, it's extremely important that people will pay attention in our communities to that love that's out there, as opposed to the hate that they're seeing, because it's not the vast majority of folks out there.
True. And Ron and Deb, this is one of the reasons I wanted to start this motorcycle club, the now Warrior Riders, is because I wanted to not only join together, like-minded people that had served, but from as well as I do, Ron and Deb, being in the motorcycle community for as long as the three of us have, there is not more. There's never more been a more gracious, giving people than those in the motorcycle community, and they're very patriotic. And so this all goes together so well that we can join this together, and just be supportive of one another.
Yeah, man, that's some great words there. And and then you have a group, a motorcycle club, the Warriors, that can bring more people together by educating them to know that they can be there with you guys, and you understand what what everybody's going through. So it's another outlet for people. But what I was getting at is the veterans that are listening now, from your hearts, what can you tell them and let America hear as well to celebrate or to honor Veterans Day?
Ryan, you go ahead and take this one.
You're loved. You're loved and appreciated, and we need you. America needs you. America has needed you. your sacrifices, regardless of the current situation or whatever it may be that you're in, your sacrifices don't go unnoticed by those around America that need you. There are great organizations like the Warrior Shield Foundation that are out there to support you and stand beside you through the tough times just as much as the good times, because that really seems to be when folks fall to the wayside, when things get tough. But America loves you. I know. I see it firsthand every single day. Every single time I get to step on stage and either do motivational speaking or perform, I get to see just how much America loves our heroes.
Do you guys think this country does enough for our veterans? I mean,
hell no.
No.
To have homeless veterans
Excuse
out
my
there.
language, but heck no.
You can say hell.
Sorry about that.
I can say hell. I was about to say.
Why? Where do we?
Boss Hogg Radio is not politically correct.
That's okay. Well, I can trust me. I can get definitely non-politically correct. No, I don't think that. I think we're seeing some of the things I'm seeing on social media, and not to take over the conversation. There's a chance I apologize if. But,
go for it.
I mean, I've got 80-something thousand on my 84,000 on my Instagram page and 50,000 on here, and the messages every single day that are coming through of our veterans that have had, our active duty folks that are at 18, 19. And this, by the way, my opinion right now does not have to do with the Warrior Shield Foundation. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not talking right now as a representative of the Warrior Shield Foundation. I'm talking now as a veteran and a country music artist. These are my personal opinions, and they are not reflected. This is not a reflection of Warrior Shield Foundation. But I see this every single day, how our leadership right now is taking 18, 19, some folks that have put in their retirement paperwork, and they're requiring vaccine mandates. I got a message from a pregnant female who is 1 year from retirement. She's already put her retirement paperwork in, and they're mandating that she get a vaccine, or they're going to pull her retirement paperwork, dishonorably discharge her, and take all of her VA benefits. And she is not abnormal when I'm getting these messages. I'm getting these daily from folks about the vaccine mandates. And that, I'm not going to get off on a tangent about vaccine mandates, but it is a true indicator that our military leadership at this point is failing our military service members when you're not taking into consideration the 8, 9, 10 deployments that they took to Afghanistan, the TBIs, the missing limbs, the injuries that they've got, the psychological disorders that they've got. I mean, you name it, the things that are wrong with these military service members, and they're being threatened with everything right now, and having that taken away. And outside of that, one thing I'm also seeing as well, the number of people that are messaging me and telling me how half of their military unit, or half of their unit, if not more than half of their unit, will not get the vaccination, don't want to get it. It's not about the vaccination itself. It's about choosing and being more educated about it. And you're talking about over half of these military units are not vaccinated, and they're not going to get it. And what does that do to our military? It absolutely decimates it. And what's that going to do to the people that are still that have gotten vaccinated and have decided to stay in the military and those things? They're going to be placed with placed in a situation that is completely contrary to everything that a military leadership and should stand for. And that's unfortunate. And but off to the side, they need to be honored. They need to be taken care of. They need to be supported, and we're here to do that.
Well,
and I am speaking as a representative of the Warrior Shield Foundation, and not going to get on a political platform here. Try not to, at least.
That wasn't political. That was personal choice and liberty, by the way.
Yeah, that is, man. That totally is. I mean, it's not only happening in the military, but it's happening in our fire departments, and it's happening in the police departments all over the United States right now. And
what about the people on the front lines who are in the hospitals caring for people all this time, and now they're going to lose their jobs after everything they've done to help others?
Exactly.
I saw a meme. Ryan and I had commented on a meme that was going around on social media that had a picture of healthcare workers holding up a sign saying, a year ago we were heroes, now we're the enemy. And below that was a line of police officers said, "You guys are new on the block, huh?" I mean, it just means that one day you're a hero, and the other day you're all of a sudden, your job is in jeopardy. Ron, to go back from my perspective on what we can do to help our veterans and what needs to happen, there is, you talk about the transitioning that takes place or does not take place coming out of the military. There's very little of that. They put us through a whole lot of training, teaching us our MOSs, our military occupational specialties. They train us to do what we need to do to go out in the field and do what we do well. And then when it comes time to leave the service, you're basically, paid out for whatever vacation time that you have. You're given your DD-214, your discharge form, and you go off on your own to go back into civilian life and try to reacclimate yourself. And you're really not given any adequate training on how to do that because things change when you're deployed. Then we just went through this horrific incident about the stand down in Afghanistan and how we went about it. And that created a whole different type of mental problems for some of our veterans, and I don't know if that's the correct terminology to use, but I mean it affected people.
America didn't like it. America was upset. I mean everybody
didn't like it at all. I mean I was fortunate enough. I don't know if you and Deb know this, but I was part of the rescue effort to bring back refugees from overseas back to the United States, and it was very meaningful for me to do that. It was very touching to do it because I did see a lot of people that had known nothing of Taliban rule, that were in their 20s, so they, for the last 20 years, knew nothing about us and our protection and what we provided. There's some stability in the region. And I just don't see any difference between, I referred to my service during the Cold War. Everywhere that we have occupied and everywhere that we have had boots on ground in our history, we have always left a support force there for some reason or other. I mean, we're still in Korea. We're still in Central Europe. And it was just unnecessary, I think, to pull us out the way that we did. Not alone, we don't get into the whole thing about the equipment that we left behind for these people, just crazy.
Well, guys, it's an honor to have you on the show, and a special day for veterans everywhere, like I said, but not just today, but every day we honor our veterans. Ryan, we have the song keyed up, so I want you to tell us how much blood, sweat, and tears is in this song, man, and the honor and the passion to put it together so people can hear it and live it and enjoy it.
I know that I know you guys are going to play the song. I really, really encourage folks to go watch the video. What we did with that video was just incredible. We were able to get an incredible cast of Medal of Honor recipients and the first female POW in the history of American combat, and Rudy Pearson, a tunnel rat. We got Don Jenkins, Medal of Honor, and Diana Muller, who's a huge Second Amendment rights supporter for women's gun rights, founder of the DC Project, former law enforcement officer and professional 3-gun shooter. The cast is just incredible what we were able to do in a small town. Right. You're going to watch this, and if it doesn't touch you, like I said, you don't have a heart. But I wrote the first verse about my grandfather. He was a belly gunner in World War II, and we depicted that, and we partnered up with Dave Bray, who is a Navy veteran as well, and he spent a great deal of time with our law enforcement officers with his song Last Call, which is a powerful song about the last call of our law enforcement officers, and co-wrote that with Craig Wilson, a great friend of mine who also wrote Burn, one of my songs, Burn, if y'all want to check that out. One of my favorite videos in the project with the Benghazi guys, Chris Bronto and John Tigan. But, we wrote about a law enforcement officer, something that he had dealt with, and we wrote about my grandfather, and we combined the two of them together through the chorus. And, there's a brotherhood with first responders, law enforcement, and military that is unmatched. I have to tell you that Chance and I became, the first time we met each other, our commonalities, it was almost as if we had known each other all our lives. He became one of my best friends. Between he and Trey, my two best friends on the planet, and he's like a brother to me. I love him with all my heart. And I know that our common service and the things that we care about, we capture that in the video. We also capture it in the song. It's a powerful song. The one thing I could say, if anybody's out there listening, or the folks that are out there listening, digital downloads really matter. It's only $1.20 something to be able to do it. We need comments, reviews on the song. A lot of folks are seeing a lot, conservative music from independent artists that are making it to the top of the iTunes charts and the Billboard charts, beating out all the the folks that have millions of dollars in record label money, because our, conservative folks out there, but not just necessarily conservative folks, but patriotic people that love patriotic music and love America, are pushing these songs to the top. And if we can get everybody out there to download this and save it and watch the video and comment and share it all over social media, you could change my life. I've been doing some amazing things, but we haven't had a song in the top 40 yet, and this is a way to be able to make that happen.
All right, let's take a listen.
Well, I'm sure that the song's going to speak volumes and for itself, and I really appreciate it, guys. We will play the video on Born to Ride Live, and we'll get it on Facebook for everybody to see it on our page. Thank you guys for sharing the time with us today on such a special day, and we want to thank you guys for everything you've done for our country and continue to do, and to your families too.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Can't wait to have you on again real soon.
Yeah, let's get an update as soon as possible.
And happy Veterans
Enjoy.
Day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so we're going to go to
Here
the music.
It is. Yeah, let's go to it. Let's talk about heroes.
Okay.
This is Ryan Weaver.
I can sing that good.
Hey, y'all, dinner's ready in 20.
Daddy, why was Grandpa a hero?
He risked his life so we could be free.
What happened to Grandpa in the war?
Sitting on the dock, sun setting on the water, Dad told a story about Grandpa flying through the skies like a rocket, both engines flaming out. Escaped from the bottom of a freedom bird falling, the only one to make it home. Till a brother with a bugle played a sad song for him, standing in the rain alone. Let's talk about heroes, not the ones not afraid to fight. Talk about freedom, 'cause someone gave their life. Talk about always standing when others can't, those who hold the line. Talk about heroes and the loved ones left behind. A young girl walked over and handed me a badge. I knelt down to ask her why. Said my father was an officer caught in the crossfire, saving another life. I still remember a dark day in December when we cried to his last call. And Amazing Grace when the bagpipes played for my daddy who gave it all. Let's talk about heroes, not the ones not afraid to fight. Talk about freedom, 'cause someone gave their life. Talk about always standing when others can't, those who hold the line. Talk about heroes and the loved ones left behind. They gave their lives for you and I. They paid the price, yeah, they sacrificed. Let's talk about heroes, about the ones not afraid to fight. Talk about freedom, 'cause someone gave their life. Let's talk about heroes, not the ones not afraid to fight. Talk about freedom, 'cause someone gave their life. Talk about always standing when others can't, those who hold the line. Talk about heroes
How are you, buddy?
I saw Grandpa.
You saw Grandpa? I saw Grandpa too. And he said everything's gonna be okay.
Okay, folks, you've just listened to the video, the music portion of it from Let's Talk About Heroes, Ryan Weaver.
I have Ron's goosebumps right now.
I got it again. I mean, after talking and listening to the words of those guys and prolific statements they were making, and real veterans out there feeling what's going down today and every day, the music just took it to another level, didn't it? I mean, did you feel that?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And one thing to say, to comment on is Ryan plays at biker events all over the place. So you want something good at your next bike event, you give them a call.
We have to create. I was just thinking that, like, we need to create this cool event and have him play and get with Chance and his guys and bring people together, and never let them forget, What do you think, Fester? It was pretty heavy, wasn't it?
Nice. Absolutely.
Wow. I can feel it in the air.
And you need to take the moment to go to YouTube, find that one, and watch the video. Because just like Ryan said, the words, you watch the video, and that just makes it that much deeper.
Takes it to a
whole nother level.
Yeah,
Ryan Weaver, Let's Talk About Heroes. They can just look it up on YouTube, right?
Amazing song.
Yeah.
And
Man,
video.
wow. And we have another caller, too?
Yeah, we've got another caller.
We are busy tonight because it's Veterans Day. We're showing some love on Veterans Day.
James, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, welcome to Born to Ride Radio. You got Mama Dukes in the studio along with Ron and Debbie Galletti.
James, how are you, man?
Who's this, James Irwin?
I'm doing fantastic. Doing fantastic.
Healthcare 65.
Thanks for having me on. I just wow, that was just quite a segment that you guys went through. It was just very touching and very meaningful. And
well, James,
maybe I'm a little too emotional about stuff like that, but
you could feel it. I think everybody right now can feel it. And then when the music came on, it just took it to the next level.
Goodness.
You could feel it. You could really feel that. And you didn't have to see images because you could create your own images, how beautiful the words were. Heroes.
Right.
Talk about heroes, man. Wow. This is incredible.
And James, on on Veterans Day here, we're supporting veterans, talking about veterans, how we can help veterans, and you do a specific thing that really helps out veterans as well. So that's why I wanted to get you on the phone too.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to to share that all with you. I was just so taken back by what I was hearing. So yes, I'm a certified senior advisor, so I'm very familiar with VA benefits. I've helped thousands of veterans over the years, whether it's with their health care needs or figuring out long-term care or trust or whatever it is. But right now, it's the Medicare season. I'm sure everyone's probably sick of seeing all the commercials on TV. But here's something that's good to know.
I am noticing them more now. Since we got with you, I'm like, damn, there's another one.
And all the blue hairs on the roads in Florida.
What separates you guys apart? And I know that's probably where you're going with that. But talking about helping veterans, it's so important. That's why we really wanted to, because we didn't talk about that last week either. But I mean.
Sure.
So carry on.
Yeah. Well, here's the good news. All right. Insurance companies. Everyone has their opinions of them, and most people hate insurance. Let's face it. Most people hate insurance companies
and taxes.
And taxes and things like that. But it's just like a
necessary evil.
Yeah, it is. It's a necessary evil. But here's the good news. The insurance industry has recognize the sacrifice that veterans have made during their active service years, and studies have shown that veterans have really exceptional health care needs, and of course many suffer from physical impacts of war, and we all know that, and so their medical needs are generally different than regular people, and most healthcare insurance policies just really don't suit them. So they've they've invented new plans that are tailored for the veteran. And you've probably heard of the company USAA. They advertise a lot on TV, and they're endorsing these plans. And what they are is they're VA Medicare Advantage plans, and what they do is they enhance options for veterans. So I believe this is an important milestone in helping veterans overcome barriers to achieving their best health. So the launch of these plans, in my opinion, and in most people's opinion, I believe is a natural next step insurance companies have taken on as their commitment to veterans and their families. I mean, we love our vets. I mean, everybody loves our vets. America loves our vets, and insurance companies love our vets. And a veteran's health goes really way beyond physical symptoms. It's a state of general well-being that encompasses a healthy body and mind. And these plans that they've come out with, they don't cost anything. It doesn't cost the veteran any money. And a lot of them offer a reduction on their Part B premium that they're paying that's being deducted from their Social Security check that they're having to pay Medicare. So some of these plans actually wipe that out or reduce it to a certain degree. So there's a lot of give back to the veterans from the insurance companies. And the primary reason why veterans are enrolling in these plans is they add increase to VA coverage that they currently have. I mean, they can still go to the VA. That's not taken away or anything. That's encouraged. But these plans, what they do is they help close any gaps in the healthcare coverage. And some of these plans, I called into the radio station with a veteran who was essentially, I've got tons of people on this that are veterans, but basically endorsing how these programs would work to their satisfaction. And some of these plans, they offer the reward programs where they actually get paid for getting preventative health care screening, and they actually get sponsorship and paid for getting involved in social and health educational activities. And they work with the veterans in different volunteering groups, and if they get involved in these volunteering groups, they get bonuses, and they get bonuses for using exercise facilities. So they get free memberships to YMCA's, various physical fitness centers and things like that are they have access to really on a national level. So these plans can help in so many different ways, but the biggest thing they do is they provide the veterans with additional health care services and location options. So if they don't want to go to the VA hospital, they just want to go to the emergency room nearby, or they just want to go the urgent care facility nearby, they can, and it's covered. And they also offer veterans really access to robust dental coverage without, in some plans, there's no limit as to how much they can spend for the dental benefits. And these plans also offer, just a tremendous broad network of physicians and hospitals and urgent care facilities, all across America. So that's what the insurance companies are doing to give back to the veterans that have sacrificed, so much for us.
So how important is that to you, that you can offer that and you can actually help veterans when they need it, or they might not even know you can help them, but now you're letting them know.
Well, yeah. I mean, my experience is that a lot of them have never heard about this. There's not a lot of compensation for offering these types of programs, but that's why I do it. It's the way that I can give back. And so I'm not really, I guess, a commission-driven type of insurance guy. I never have been. It's never been my philosophy. I've always just put service first and done the best I can for people, and what goes around comes around. It all comes back to you. It's like a paying it forward type of
James
attitude.
I got to cut in here. Excuse me. People will have a chance to actually meet you this weekend. You're going to be somewhere where maybe some veterans might want to ride up and get to see you face to face, shake your hand, and get the knowledge that you have to offer. Tell us about what's going on this weekend, man. You're going to be at Crystal Harley-Davidson, Crystal River.
Yeah, I've never been there before. I'm really looking forward to it. It's an exciting opportunity. I'm just going to be doing a short talk. I'll be set up there with my wife, and we'll be able to meet and greet.
Who is much cuter than you, by the way.
Oh, shoot.
Is that the boss, Jamie?
Jamie the boss.
He's the boss, yeah.
Well, but there's kind of a theme. Deb, tell the theme what's going on this weekend and how James got involved in this.
It's Old Bikers Rule Party. Hell yeah!
So it's an older demographic.
Bikers Rule. And it's gonna be a fun day, a nostalgic day.
It is.
Different type of drinks and foods and music.
Is there a gray beard contest?
There is a gray beard contest. Yes, the older biker to show up is gonna win something. The oldest biker T-shirt that's dated. Get your old ones out. We know you got those collectible ones. Is going to win a prize. So it's just everything about vintage and everything that has to do with Old Bikers Rule. And
should we call Ron and Fester Vintage?
Yes,
vintage,
crickety vintage.
We're almost ready.
I'm sorry. I was calling. I was talking to Gary. What's going on now? What's happening here?
Well, this is an Old Bikers Rule party, not a crotchety old man party.
Yeah, so it's an older demographic. We're bringing kind of.
Okay, I got a little bit of gray in my beard, but I am not considered vintage.
There's a contest for that too.
Yeah.
But James is taking his time to come out and come to the people, like power to the people, man. And they're going to have a chance to meet him, and he's going to share some knowledge with people and probably be able to help a lot of people out if they take the time to hang out and talk to James. Isn't that right, James?
Well, I'm sorry, James. What James is saying right now here on this, broadcast. Oh my gosh, you are demonstrating knowledge to the nth degree, James. So these people are going to start attacking you while you're there to get all this great information. That's for sure.
Well, it's an education process, and that's what we want to do. We want to, because you just can't get it all in one day. So having James part of our team is a great part of the team, because now he can go do what he does best, and it's like another missile in the arsenal, and he'll be able to help people, and that's what Born to Ride's about, man. Earlier on, you could feel the goosebumps, with that. You could feel it. You could feel the realness. Even you said it yourself, James. And now we just switched right into another platform of knowledge of you bring. I mean, it just went boom, boom, and you're going to be there this weekend. But it's so cool that we have you on this show as well, because when I was talking to you the other day, you said, "Oh man, I got a ton of things I want to do with veterans, and I can help them, and I've done it in the past." So I'm trying to let people know that James is a real guy, and he really cares. He doesn't have to do it. But he's like, Ron, I want to come out. I want to help people. It's not always about the fast buck or the money. He really cares. I mean, and that's what's so important to our lives and our future. Isn't that right, Deb?
That's right. I'm learning a lot.
We all are.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm really excited about doing this event, and I'm delighted that I was invited to do so and humbled by it. So I look forward. I mean, I hope a lot of people show up. It would be fantastic if that happened, and I would love to meet everybody there.
That'd be great.
Looking forward.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
Should be a
that's
good
when is that?
event.
Saturday or Sunday?
It's Saturday, yes.
Deb, you got the rundown?
Yes, I do. Actually, if you give me 1 second here, I will. I feel like
Nothing like putting her on the spot.
Yeah.
There,
She
Ron.
had it a minute ago. She had it. Like, so was her. I gave her the assignment to find
surfing
it.
Pinterest looking for a recipe for cowboy cookies.
Okay.
All right. It is on Saturday, November 13th. Special guest James Irwin, meet and greet, presentation at 1 p.m., information on Medicare programs, senior service AA, and a senior services AARP sign up too. Ooh, look at that. And guest with the oldest dated biker t-shirt wins a prize. The longest gray beard wins a prize. The nicest vintage bike show, free to enter. And old bikers, the oldest biker to show up wins a prize. So look at that.
That's awesome. That
gonna be a
dealership is
classic
awesome.
show.
They care about their community, and that's why when we gave them the idea, Deb actually came up with the idea. When Deb talked to them over there, they just said, "You know what? We love the idea. Let's do this, and we have to do it on a timely fashion because there is a time frame." Isn't that right, James?
Yeah, this is the time of year to do it, for sure. You've got till December 7th. The VA plans have a little more grace period than that, so that's good for them. But yeah, if you know anyone on Medicare, or if you're on Medicare, it'll be a worthwhile event to attend because it's one of those things, you don't know what you don't know, and there's no way that I can really say everything that could possibly benefit someone in this period of time because everyone's different. So what we're going to be providing is really a personalized service for people who want it at the time that they're there, or we can set up a future appointment and really look under the hood, so to speak, and figure out how we can make things better. And my experience in the past has always told me that there's always something better out there. It's just a matter of finding it.
James.
And I'm pretty good at finding it.
James, how do they call you? There's an 833 number. Tell us the number where we have another caller on the line. So let's drive this home right now. How do they get in touch with you?
Okay. The best number to reach me at is in Tampa office, toll free 833-467-2865. So it's 833-467-2865. Or go to the website, healthinsurance65.com. Thanks for having me on.
Man, thank you for being such an important part of the show today. And we'll see you Saturday out there, Crystal Harley-Davidson.
Super.
Thank you, sir.
Very much.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it, James.
So we're switching again. We went from veterans to another veteran event. Better a Veteran benefit. All Smiles Entertainment's presenting this, and none other than the biker comedian and hypnotist show himself.
Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire is on the line. Gary Michaels.
Welcome, Gary.
Have you guys ever noticed that the colors red, white, and blue are the colors of freedom until they show up in your rearview mirror? You have some issues.
That's a big issue.
Gary, let's get right to it, man.
Guys, happy Veterans Day.
You too.
Thanks for having me on again.
Sunday, November 14th, man. Something big's coming up.
This Sunday, well, we got a show tomorrow at the same location. It's called Buddha Live. It's sort of a comedy thing. And then on Sunday at the Buddha Live, All Smiles Entertainment, along with the Southwest Florida Military Museum and the Grateful Veteran, is putting on a Better a Veteran benefit. It's going on from noon to 7. I think we go on at 4. It's a $10 suggested donation, and I'm pretty sure that people are going to be extremely generous. This town is amazing, except for the fact I got kicked out of a place yesterday because I didn't have sleeves on. And then today the sheriff was flying around in a helicopter with machine gun guys on both sides looking for a guy with no sleeves on. It was kind of worried me a little bit.
And you're talking about Fort Myers, right? That's where this event is?
Yes, Buddha Live is in Fort Myers. I am in Cape Coral, which is right across the bridge. So April and I have been venturing out a lot of different places. This is a beautiful area. The people are extremely nice. The drinks are reasonable, which is always fun. But we are so looking forward to Sunday, the Better Veteran Benefits. People ask me all the time if I'm a veteran, and unfortunately I'm not. However, I will support our veterans as much and as often as I possibly can. And here's the thing, guys. I've done a lot of veteran benefits, Veteran Day appreciations. Personally, I think we should appreciate our veterans every single day.
That's right.
Not just one day a year. I'm talking every day, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't for these guys and gals and the warriors of the world to do what they have done for us, we wouldn't be able to be on stage making people laugh and hypnotizing them and doing cool stuff.
Well, that was my next question. How important is it that they come out Sunday to promote and actually to be a part of this and honor veterans? It's a great event coming up, man. Tell them.
It is a good event. There's going to be a lot of vendors there. Again, Buddha Live in Fort Myers. You can find out more information at BuddhaLive.com. Just show up. I mean, it's a cool venue. There's a big Buddha out front, which is pretty awesome. And then, we're going to do our thing at 4. It's going to be an awesome event, man.
Live music. It's a big party, right? Big celebration.
It is a big celebration, and April and I have. Well, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Cape Coral area, but there are so many of our veterans running around here. I mean, just incredible people, and we're doing it for them. I mean, we got to show them some love, man.
Now, Gary, I got a question because you and I are friends on Facebook, and I know you've been there since Roscoe's last week. But my question to you is, are you catching anything on that dock besides a buzz?
Well, if you notice, I had to throw in the, fishing poles and Bloody Marys, and I think April and I think we had caught more Bloody Mary than we did fish that day. The next day I went out there to try to catch some fish. I caught some little bitty ones, but nothing major. I was trying to catch a monster. Matter of fact, I was going to use Gracie, my dog, as bait if something didn't happen, but April wouldn't let me do that.
Okay, so it sounds like you had to go to the local fish market for dinner then, huh?
Fish spread.
Well, I had gator bites. Today, but what was funny is in that canal there was a couple of ladies in kayaks, and they going right in front of us where I was fishing, and the lady, she said, "Have you seen any alligators out here?" I said, "That ain't that alligator you need to worry about. Look at that shark behind you." And I thought she was about to flip over. And poor April, she goes, "Gary, that's not nice. That's not nice." It may not be nice, but it sure as hell was funny.
Well, one thing I wanted to say is Nikki called, and it's Harley and Raven's poker run coming up November 20th, and we're going to get her on the phone today, and the guys from Post 44 and Vets, but it's going to have to go to another show. Yeah. But she wanted to remind everybody that Lockjaw Shane Jones, her husband who passed away in a motorcycle accident, was a veteran, and today she wanted to honor him on this day, and I'm sure she's very proud of this show that we put together today, Fester.
And I've got closing out. I appreciate you calling in, Gary. We're going to cut because we are coming towards the end here. But thanks so much.
The flowers, you're only here for a short visit. God bless you. Love you. Mean it. Rock on. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Love you, man.
I never know if he's a hypnotist or an auctioneer.
Okay. This is Boss. I am a friend of Nikki. She is having this event and would appreciate it if you could share information on air. And Born to Ride show, she was able to call in last Thursday, and Ron's helping her get her word out. Also, if you are able to donate anything for a silent auction, it would be appreciated. Shane was a 20-year veteran with the Air Force and went on a short motorcycle ride with a friend and never came home. She's asking, can't you go on a short motorcycle ride for Shane and, do something there? And that is, thanks so much, Dory, the intern.
Wow.
She's someone here that
and you
works
know what?
there, so.
I talked to Nikki this week. I gave her the magazines, and she said after the show last week, she had some calls, and she actually got some donations because of Boss Hogg Radio and Born to Ride.
That's awesome.
Coming together. Was that a note from Boss himself?
No, that was a note to Boss. From Dory the intern.
Damn, Boss is telling you better get on that. People, let's get that stuff in here.
Yeah, I know.
We want to please the boss. We want to show him that this radio show works for the community because he cares about the community. That's why he does this station. We're running over time today.
I know.
But man, it's a great show. This is important.
I mean, yes, we've got to go. I mean, we ran over, but it was a great segment. I mean, in other words,
it's a special day to run over.
The problem is we will not ever be able to do this as a best of because it can't fit in the time slot. Okay, but it was a great show. Thanks everyone again. Veterans Day. Honor the veterans. Absolutely.
Educate.
If you're going to be out on a motorcycle, keep it in between the ditches. Stay safe and think motorcycle. We've got Debbie to thank for that. Yeah. And Born to Ride.
If
Love you,
Instagram
Joe.
is your thing, we're there. We're everywhere. Follow us at #Born to Ride Motorcycle Media, your #1 motorcycle resource.
Yeah, I have to say, Born to Ride has been a big influence on my trailer sales in the last 2 or 3 months. It's been nothing but a big surprise. I mean, the magazine articles, everything in the commercials, it's been nothing but the best of help to me in my business.
Is your business becoming invisible? Create a great advertising relationship today with Born to Ride. Call 888-795-5779.
This is the Boss Hogg Radio Network. 1170 AM WKFL Bushnell. 1330 AM WWAB Lakeland Plant City. 1360 AM WHNR Cypress Gardens Winter Haven. And 1390 AM and 107.5 FM WAVP and W298BU FM Avon Park.